Hello, I bet you wonder what I'm doing with my day today. Well, I have been out having lunch with a friend today, but it's afternoon now and it's time to do the yard, so let's get started. Well, before we go in, we haven't looked at this bed for a little bit. I haven't shown you it, and you can see there's weeds in here. Weeds. There's some calla lilies. One of these days I'll tell you how we ended up with calla lilies in almost every place. Look what's come up again, even though Quiet didn't want them up during this time of year. They didn't care. Look at that. This plant has only bloomed once for me. I've had it like 5 years. Yeah. Well, let's get in the back and get things going. Look, you guys what I'm putting in here? The soil in these two pots. Yep, I have to move these guys before they take over the little area here. I don't want to have to move them every time I turn on the water. See, they're just right there. There's the water. Then I have all of these, so yeah, they've got to move. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but you have to be for sure you dig this up to pot it. So quite a bit more to dig. So back to work. Okay, spot looks empty. I tried to get all the little, I know those aren't called bulbs, I don't know what they're called though, but tried to get them all out so we don't have any more lilies in this spot. I'm starting with the sunbathers today because I put the calla lilies there. We'll see what happens. These are Quiet's plants from, where's that from? Fresno. Where's it, Monterey Bay? I forgot which place I got them from. Pretty Kitty's very interested in what's going on in that pot. Everybody seems to be happy. I haven't watered yet, and I probably won't water these today. They're not supposed to need a lot of water. Far away look at the prickle pear. But we're getting closer to the loquat here. Look at that. Yeah. A lot of flowering happening now. The only thing is I don't like this tree a lot because it likes spiders. Spiders seems to like to get in there. And plus bees too. Speaking of bees, there's one buzzing around here. She's still there? I don't see her anymore. Yeah. Well, let's go take a look at the surprise garden area. Can you see it? Yeah. Sometimes you can't see them until they move, huh? Pretty, huh? Almost look like a postcard, you think? Pretty here today. So let's take a look at the garden here, at this area. I haven't watered yet, so let me get my shadow out of the way. Looking at the beets, which I will have to really water. Oh, what is that? There, but you know what it looks like? I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to pull it up because it's not where it's supposed to be. It's another green bean. I'm supposed to be letting these things dry out now for seeds. I'm going to turn around on this side. I'm going to take a look at the peas. Oh, I didn't get these. I was going to pull that up, didn't I? You can pull this up too. I don't know if I caught what I was pulling up, but I'll move those later. You can tell my little plants to be happy to have some water. I don't know what she's after. Here's my Swiss chard with sweet reed hanging in it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about some of the sweet reed that's on my plants, making them not so happy. Go around to the side here. The carrots never came up. Right here are the radishes. Well, we should be starting to see something pretty soon. Not quite yet, I don't think. At least Pretty Kitty isn't laying on them right now. I need to move these today too, all these little flowers. So, Pretty Kitty, we've got our work cut out for us. And I'll have to ask her to move because she is going to get wet there if she doesn't. To the roses. You can tell they're getting tired already this time of year. Collard greens. And we're losing a lot of leaves here now. A lot. What is that? Got a noisy bird over there. And a jingly cat. She makes me think of Christmas with those bells. Here's some more collard greens going to seed. And I've got a couple of tomatoes up there, up in the garden that need my attention. And plus the fig tree. Not the fig, this is the guava tree. And I still have a couple guavas. Can you see that? Another one up top there. Oh, there's one down lower too. One up in the leaves. Yeah, I still have some guavas. I don't know for how much longer, but I still have a couple. Yeah, we just came from down there. I'm making a big circle around the yard. We're going to check out the Swiss chard here. Yeah. Needing water. Yeah, we're going up. This is where Quiet saw the skunk this summer. So I'm very careful these days when I go up here. This time of day, I guess I shouldn't worry though, because it's later in the afternoon. That was a morning event. Oh boy, look at all this. I will need to clean all this. Yeah. I will need to clear it all. I'm trying to let some of the green beans dry. And look at there. I've got 3 tomatoes. Those would be nice in my salads. Lots of sugar cane up there. And there's the other low quad tree right behind there. Back to the man on the moon. I keep saying I'm going to tell you how we ended up with so many calla lilies. There's not as many as there used to be, because I learned the secret of how to get rid of them. But when I first got that little lily plant at the 99-cent store, I bet it wasn't but this big. And I didn't really want a lily. What I went to get was a philodendron. You know, the ones that kind of creep all over the place, and I just thought it would be a wonderful plant to have in the house, and it would hang down and it would look so beautiful. However, when I got my plant home, it just kept growing straight. Just straight like that. And it got to a certain point that I thought, uh-oh, let me put it into another pot, because I got it in, I think it was like a little 4-inch pot. And I thought if I put it in a bigger pot, maybe it would lay down, because I didn't realize what I had. I still thought I had a philodendron. So it kept going straight. So I put it in an even bigger pot. And, you know, it just kept going straight. One day when Quiet was working in the yard, I saw him come in and he just grabbed my philodendron, what I thought was a philodendron, and he put it in the yard. And I said, Quiet, why are you putting that in the yard? He says, this lily will not live if it's in a pot. I said, Quiet, that's not a lily. He said, what do you think it is? I told him it's a philodendron. He says, oh, Pat, that's a lily you got. That's not a philodendron. So he planted it. He planted it around the tree, around where the surprise garden is. So it grew beautifully, and at that time we had dogs, and they laid on it. And so Quiet said, we need to move it into a better spot. So he put them in the front, thinking that he dug them all up. But yeah, the next spring we had philodendrons in the front and some around the tree. So he said they didn't do good there in the front, so he dug them up and he put them in the front flower bed. The next year we had lilies by the tree in the surprise garden, in the front, and then in the front little flower bed. And yeah. And then he decided, you know, I'm just going to move them in the back. So he thought he dug everything up, and I helped. Yes, we're digging everything up. And that year, when spring came, we had lilies in the front, lilies in the little front garden. We had lilies by the tree, lilies in the back. And I've never bought another lily plant. So anytime you see a lily, it all comes from that little 4-inch pot. Yeah, and it was just 99 cents. So I spent 99 cents for all these lilies that you see around the yard from time to time. They're all from that one little plant. So with that in mind, and the fact that it's getting late, it's time for me to go. I hope you enjoyed the story. You know, when you're learning something, it's kind of hard sometimes at the beginning. And yeah, it was hard. My philodendron, I had to let it go because it was a lily. And I've never really gone back to try to get a philodendron because, hey, I've got lots of lilies. I'll try again one of these days, though. So that's the story of the lilies. So yeah, look for them around the yard. You'll see them places. And some places we didn't even put them, but they seem to be there. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for spending time with me. Hope you enjoyed the story. I have lots of them, but we don't have a lot of time to share them sometimes. So yeah, that's all I have for today. So thanks for spending some time with me. Bye-bye for now. Bye.